everybody, it's Monday and I've already had coffee. I don't know why I have coffee before making these videos because I can't seem to speak. But anyways, in today's video, I wanted us to look at some of the cleansers that are affordable, that are effective, and that you can easily access at your local Clicks or Discount. I'm doing this to help you curate, to help some of you curate your own skincare routine, because I get asked a lot to recommend products. So by doing this, I hope you can just pick and choose whatever works for you, whatever works for your budget. I use 3 types of cleansers. I use the cleansers with actives. You know, you've heard me talk a lot about salicylic acid. There is one with glycolic acid that I'm currently trying out, but my main active in cleansers is salicylic acid. I also use gel cleansers that I use in place of a salicylic acid cleanser whenever I just want something stronger but I want to take a break from actives. And then I also use those gentle lotion like cleansers that I think we did a review of 2 of them a while ago. So those are the ones that will look like a milk cleanser or lotion, apply like a lotion. And yeah, those are the type of cleansers that I use. I use those mostly when my skin is irritated and when it just feels like inflamed and it's hot and it's been exposed to too much sun. Those are the type of cleansers that I reach for, especially those that do not have fragrance, because I just don't, at that point, I don't want to be activating my skin any further. And that happens more than you would think. Actually, I think in a week I get that situation maybe twice. So that's when those cleansers come in handy. Some of the options in here will have fragrance. I did not use fragrance as a criteria for this. It was basically I use price and the effectiveness of the product and how I enjoy using the product. So without wasting any more time, let's start with the gentle cleansers. We've already spoken about the Nature's Nourishment Skin Cleanser. I still maintain this is a dupe for the Cetaphil Skin Cleanser. This sells for just under 35 rands at Discount. And if you are allergic to sodium lauryl sulfate, then I wouldn't recommend this because it has sodium lauryl sulfate. Whilst it did not break me out or irritate my skin or purge me in any way, I understand that some of you are sensitive to that ingredient and that's possibly maybe an issue for you. If you want to try the cleanser, it's 35 rands, but you have to keep monitoring what it is that your skin is doing. Then you decide whether you're going to skip some days in between using the cleanser or you're going to stop using the cleanser altogether. So this is the first one that I have, Nature's Nourishment, everybody. And I think most of us can actually benefit by keeping cleansers like these in our routine for those days that you just don't want to do too much to your skin. You don't feel like you have accumulated much dirt, or you just want to use it in the morning. You don't feel like using just water to cleanse your face, because most people don't feel like they need to really get a thorough cleanse in the morning, because we don't really, you know, there's nothing much you're doing in the evening to warrant a strong cleanser. So on days that you don't want to wake up and just salicylic acid, these kind of cleansers could come in really handy. The next one that I have is the Nivea, which we already discussed, is the Nivea Gentle Cream Wash. Very silky, very smooth on the skin, very luxurious. It feels like you're applying lotion. I know some of you may say that these are just useless they have no place in your routine. Like I said, you use these cleansers if you just don't want to use water, and we want to do very little. But if you're expecting it to be fighting acne or help you remove some of the spots or sun damage that you may have suffered, then you are totally expecting too much from these type of cleansers. Like I said in the previous video, these are just simple. They're gonna just cleanse your face. But of course, if you use anything long enough, it will start to look like it's working on those dark spots. But Nivea Gentle Cream Wash, everybody. Moving on to the gel. This has got to be the most underrated, undervalued product at the drugstore at this price point. This sells for 75 rands, just under 75 rands, and it is the Nivea Naturally Good Micellar Face Wash. This applies on very nicely on the skin. It's very gentle, very smooth. It feels very expensive on the skin. You know, I've never used Korean skincare, but the way that they explain it to me, I think this is exactly how I would feel if I were to start using, if I were to use Korean skincare. It's just it's luxurious. It feels expensive on the skin, and it does not have any ingredient that will irritate your skin. The first ingredient is water, and then cocoa glucoside, which is a mild surfactant, and then it has alcohol denatured, but it does not have that strong alcohol smell. In fact, it has a nice light nature like fragrance, you know, on a morning, you know when you know the smell of grass, like early morning when it's dewy outside, that's the type of smell that this cleanser has. So the alcohol is really not going to be drying on your skin. Okay, it's one of those cleansers that you can use and then wash your bathtub, do everything that you need to do before sitting down to do your skincare, the rest of your skincare routine, and your skin still wouldn't feel dry. This is the most underrated. Like, if you don't get anything else from these cleansers, if you can only afford to get one, I would really be happy if you tried this out and then see how it works for you. It's 140 mils of product, and a little goes a long way. So I foresee this is gonna last you a good 3-4 months. And another thing I wanted to say is, with the cleanser, you don't have to use too much. Sometimes too much can be irritating, and then sometimes too much is just a waste of product. If you feel like your skin was not cleansed with the first pump, one pump is often enough. If you feel your skin was not thoroughly cleansed, then you can go in with another second pump. However, I don't think there is a necessity for you to be using 4 or 5 pumps at a go with your cleanser. You're wasting product, and there's a potential to irritate your skin, and yeah. Another gel cleanser that I have for you is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost. I am aware that some of you don't like this cleanser much, but I really enjoyed it. It was a soft gel-like consistency. It was not complicated, like it had no bells and whistles. And I know a lot of people complain that it is drying on the skin, but it is a cleanser. It is a cleanser, and if you're expecting it to be moisturizing, then you're expecting too much from it, because that is the work of your moisturizer. This really worked for me, and I really like the way that it performed. This is a 200 mil worth of product, and you will get this for just under 130, depending on where you buy it. I really enjoyed this. It was just, it's nothing fancy, but it was a nice cleanser. Okay, I'm out of plain gels. Now we're moving on to the salicylic acid cleansers. The first one I have for you is another Neutrogena. This is the Visibly Clear Pore and Shine Daily Wash. This one is going to be very drying on your skin. I don't think this one you can do everything that you need to do before sitting down to do your skincare routine. With this one, again, don't use too much because it's going to be exceedingly drying. Just use 1 pump is enough, and then make sure that you rub the product gently onto your skin. Let it sit for, don't let it sit, but rub it in for like 30 to 40 seconds, 60 seconds if you have the time, before rinsing it off, just to give the salicylic acid the time to absorb onto your skin and do what it is that it's supposed to do. Salicylic acid is going to help you exfoliate your skin, get within the pore, and help minimize those breakouts and work on those dark spots on your skin. So this one is going to be very drying, so you do want to be careful with this. You do want to follow it up immediately with the moisturizer, so that you just it don't frustrate you. This I bought for 38 rands at Checkers, but the other bigger retailers, the cosmetic retailers, they sell it for a much higher price. I think they sell it for 140, but if you buy it at Checkers, you will get it for just under 40 rands, and it is 200 mils of product. Again, it's gonna last you a long time. It's a gel, a little goes a long way. Just 1 pump or half a pump is enough. Just make sure you leave it on the skin for the recommended amount of time to get it to do what it is that you want it to do for you. Another salicylic acid cleanser that is going to be very intense on you, it says it's pure active intensive. This one is the Garnier 2% salicylic acid. This green one, the Neutrogena one as well, is 2% salicylic acid, so it is going to be a lot more effective than anything that we have spoken about with salicylic acid before. This one I used way before I knew how to read ingredients. I was young then, and I really loved this cleanser. I just didn't know why it worked for me, but now I know it worked because it had salicylic acid cleanser. Salicylic acid. When I was using this, I never really had issues with breakout. I don't know why I stopped, but again, it's going to dry you out. It's a gel cleanser. If you use a pump, you may just minimize that drying and stripping effect on your skin, but you do want to follow up with a moisturizer after using this one, and it's very effective. You may want to limit your usage of this product to like 2, 3, 4 times at most a week after you started seeing results. You can start with a 5-day, you can start with 7 days, but then again, if it irritates you, skip some days in between applications. But if it doesn't, you can start with 7 days, and when you start seeing the results, you can then dial back a little and apply it every other day. It's that strong and it's that good. this again, it's going to last you. Garnier is also one of those products, brands that is always on special. The last one that I have, again, we've spoken about this, is the L'Oreal Revitalift Milky Cleansing Foam. This is my favorite salicylic acid cleanser after the pigment cloud. This is the one that I spoke about. It's very, very gentle, very silky, very luxurious again at this price point. This you will find for 120 rands. And it's very, very moisturizing. You will not feel like you need to rush and apply moisturizer on your skin. Again, you just have to be careful to be diligent with the rubbing in of the product, to give it enough time on your skin before rinsing it off to actually do what it is that you use the product for. This is 120. I don't think I told you this. This is just under 100 rands depending on where you buy it. So that is all that I have. Of course, there are more cleansers, but you let me know if you want to see something that is in the mid-range price point, because these are just at from I don't know, these are just 250. But if you want to see the higher, the mid-range premium products, premium cleansers, you let me know in the comment section. Then you let me know if you be trying anything. But like I said, if you don't buy anything else in here, try this cleanser and tell me how it works out for you. Thank you so much, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. Have a good day.